Well, I am so excited to be here with Erika Overturff. She is the artistic director and CEO of American Midwest Ballet. I also think I should add, you're the founder, right?
Yes, that's right.
So I want to recognize you for that, Erika. It's so good to see you.
Yeah, it's so wonderful to see you as well.
So, okay, so exciting times. I mean, we've had lots of conversations. We've done many Metro TV interviews. I know last year or the last 18 months has been a little crazy, but with the Nutcracker coming up, which people love, just love that performance and love that ballet. I remember seeing it as a little girl, but it's actually going to be in person this year.
Yes, we never anticipated a year where we wouldn't have live performances of the Nutcracker, but that's what happens during a pandemic. And so
Yeah,
last year we made a virtual performance available for free to the community,
yeah,
which was great, just so we could sort of keep that tradition alive and keep that connection to the joy of ballet and the familiarity of that story. But there's nothing like being able to perform live on stage and to have people experience it in person.
yeah. So let's just talk a little bit. Let's just talk a little bit about the history and how you founded American Midwest Ballet, because you changed names like a couple years ago, correct?
That's right. Originally, we were Ballet Nebraska, and we always performed in Iowa and Nebraska. Where we're located, it just makes sense.
Yeah.
And so a few years back, we decided to change our name to American Midwest Ballet because it really reflects our position as a cultural asset to the entire region.
Yeah. And so the history, I mean, what made you start? I mean, why did you decide to found a ballet company, so to speak?
Well, necessity.
Yeah.
I was a professional dancer and I was dancing with the former company in Omaha. And it was kind of the time of the recession, and that company closed. And I thought we needed to have professional dance here. This is such a great community, a great place to live. We have all sorts of arts and culture and amenities, and dance is my thing. And so I thought that was, something that I thought was important and just give it a shot. And if it didn't work out, we had nothing to lose because we already were going to, lose having professional dance here. But as it turns out, we've been able to build and grow. The community support has been so fantastic. And I don't think I would have believed if I had been able to tell myself, where we're at today as a company, the amazing dancers we have, the facility, the performances, the touring we've gotten to do, some of the guest choreographers we've gotten to work with. It's just really been incredible. Like we wouldn't have even dreamed it was possible, but it has happened. Yes, we've made it happen.
Because you're in your 11th year.
This is actually our 12th season.
Okay.
Yeah, the season 11 was a little bit unusual because we were not able to do live performances, but we were still very busy. We did a project called Going Solo, and we took the opportunity to make solo dance films. A lot of our dancers got to choreograph, and while we couldn't all rehearse and take class together, we took class via Zoom every day, and then everyone in their own locations. And then dancers worked on individual projects, and we collaborated with our filmmaker, Lance Glenn, to turn them into films. And we just shared them throughout the entire season. And it kept us engaged with our art form and hopefully our audiences and the community as well, so that they knew that the arts were still alive and well. It just, it just wasn't in person during that time.
Yeah. I mean, I just want to say bravo to you because you really did a great pivot where everything's happening, things are changing. And as I recall, I mean, fairly quickly, I mean, you knew we're going to do something different. And then you did it and really engaged the community, engaged the audiences. And I think actually probably brought ballet to a new audience that wasn't necessarily familiar with it and didn't have the appreciation or the love, but they were curious. So
It was a wonderful way to reach even more people than we expected. And just geographically, we were able to have a further reach. And just also, we did, in addition to the performances that we made available, we did virtual workshops and just all sorts of things. And we were hoping that we could reach as many people just in a different way as we would in a typical season. We thought that that would be, hey, that would be pretty successful, but we actually far exceeded that and reached, I think, over 76,000 people through our virtual offerings. And everything that we did was free of charge for the community. We felt that was really important. And so we were happy with how it turned out. And at the same time, grateful that let us continue our work and our mission and get us to the place where we are now, where we are able to return to our in-person dancing and performances.
well, let's talk about that. The Nutcracker has been a family, I'm looking at my notes, but I don't even have to look at my notes, a family holiday tradition for over a decade. It's been played out, for decades and decades and decades. It's a family favorite. So what can audiences expect at the return of the Nutcracker this year?
Well, this was a really great one for us as a company to start out our season with, because it's something that we have performed together many times. So it really did feel like comforting and like coming home and coming together as a team. So that felt really good. Some of the changes that we've made, we have a little bit older student cast. There's usually many, many children in the Nutcracker, but for safety reasons, that was a little bit more limited. So we have a smaller student cast this year. So that prompted us to rethink some of our scenes. We have more professional dancers in certain scenes and in some different roles. So there's some new choreography, some new costumes, and also most notably, the role of Clara will, for the first time in our company's production, be played by a professional dancer. And I think it'll be really fantastic and fun. It's something I've always been interested in doing.
Yeah.
And just the circumstances of this year just really laid out perfectly to say, hey, let's take that opportunity and give it a try. So one of our ballerinas, Katarina Schweitzer, very talented, and she's an incredible actress. She's a petite dancer, and she really portrays beautiful dancing and acting, but also that kind of childhood wonder and, spirit that's part of what's so captivating about the Nutcracker.
Yeah. So when does the performance open?
It opens November 20th at the Hoff Family Arts and Culture Center. So that's the weekend before Thanksgiving week. So a little bit of a pre-holiday opening. And we have 2 public performances, as well as that's on Saturday, a new sensory friendly version that we will be performing on the matinee on Sunday. And then the week after Thanksgiving, at the beginning of December, 4th and 5th, we will be performing 3 public shows at the Orpheum Theater. And of course, we always have lively student matinee shows. So we have several student matinee performances during that week as well. So we'll be quite busy, and we love it.
Yeah. So, obviously you're in like rehearsals right now, because that's literally like 2 weeks away. And maybe by the time this show airs, it's maybe closer to a week and a half away. But I think the excitement level has to be pretty high with this coming up.
Oh, it is. We're just so happy to be dancing, getting to do what we love, knowing that audiences and people are really anticipating coming to see the show. They've missed getting to see live performances, especially with Nutcracker being such a classic that people like to go to year after year. And it's kind of like a really just a memorable experience, or something that you might, treasure getting to do with your family. Yeah. And so there are a lot of good vibes around bringing this production back to the stage. It's really a celebration for us.
I've got about 30 seconds left. I know you have a lot going on with your season. What are some other performances that people can look forward to?
So we have Momentum will be coming up in February. That's our mixed repertory performance. So that means there's several shorter ballets. It's a great way to see some variety of different styles of dance, get to experience different choreographers all on one show. And we usually work with several guest choreographers. So that's really exciting to bring some new talent and faces in to work with the company. And then in the spring, we will be performing Swing, 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 which is the first ballet that that our company ever performed. That was our debut at the Orpheum Theater.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it incorporates a live band with, big band music. And it's just such an exhilarating show. We love dancing it. And it's one not to be missed, I would say.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Erika, it's so great to see you. Tickets, I mean, so much great information on your website. It's amballet.org. And I look forward to, first of all, coming to a live performance again, and then also visiting with you after the first of the year and kind of seeing how things are going and looking at, the season ahead. So thank you.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for having me. It was great to see you.
Good to see you too.